All right, so we've been skating the Thunder trucks for 2 sessions. This is gonna be now my 3rd session, and I still just don't love these bushings. They're like these like jelly bushings, and I can already tell they're kind of like already not crumbling, but I can tell they're getting smushed out already. And it is funny, I feel like I've gotten a lot of comments and heard from a lot of homies and other people that like these bushings don't last very long, and they're just honestly, in my opinion, just too soft, and I just don't like them. Yes, they turn really well, but it's funny, I've been skating the Slappy's 95 bushing on my forged indie hollows, and I really like the hard bushing. I know Thunder makes a 100 duro bushing. Maybe I might look into using that or getting that. For now, we're going to use the Slappy's 95 that we have. I'm hoping this will kind of help everything that I didn't like about the truck, because so far I do like the Thunders. There's nothing like that I don't not like about them. They do work, you know what I mean? They definitely turn really well. I like the crook pinch, because as you can see, and I mean the crook pinch, there's just like this little bit of like a knuckle Indy has, and until you grind through that, then it's like really perfect. But since this doesn't really have that knuckle right there, you just kind of lock into the crook every time with this really nicely, and it's just pretty nice. I also felt with these bushings, I know they are still pretty new, but I was giving them a chance because everyone said skate them for at least a session or 2 before I make the ultimate choice of switching them out. But I still like, they're soft enough where like if I land sideways or something, the truck gets stuck that way. I just feel with the hard bushing, the rebound back is it just doesn't get stuck as much, or stuck really ever. I just started riding hard bushings recently, maybe in the last month, and what I do is I honestly just don't tighten them very much. Like I just have them just up to like that first thread pretty much. What I do like about this though is even though they are pretty smushy and loose, they are pretty stable. So I'm hoping now with the harder bushing, it's going to be even more stable. The other thing I want to talk about, and I actually might do, is see how Indy, how that like base plate, how it kind of sticks out sideways. This doesn't at all. It's like pretty vertical with it, so you really don't hit that when you're doing nose slides or tail slides. And I kind of feel like I depend on that when I do flips out and stuff, like flip trick out. Kind of helps me when I have a little bit of grind plate or whatever, base plate to grind on right there. So I was considering putting the forged base plate with this hanger, but I don't really want to Frankenstein too much. But for now, let's just throw the hard bushings in and see what that's like. Actually, really quick before I do switch these out, even they do actually sit pretty high up. I mean, like it doesn't stick out too much. Like even I did do a few front feebles with this, and I actually didn't really get hung up on the kingpin very much as much as I thought I would on a flat bar. So I just want to point that out. So I mean, hopefully there won't be as many threads tightened now though with the harder bushing. Oh my, I actually had really tight. Yo, I really cranked that down. Oh my goodness, I cranked that down so hard. I'm also wondering what the shape of this bushing is gonna look like, because the Slappy and Indy bushing were like exactly the same thing, so I'm curious. These used to remind me of the old like Venture bushings. I felt like my Ventures back in the day had these like weird smushy bushings. Okay, so they are like pretty much this. Actually, this actually goes down. See how it's like down, and like this is a little bit more flat. So I wonder if that's gonna also make a difference. I'm not gonna lie, I do like the white with the silver. It's actually kind of fresh. See, I don't know why it doesn't really feel like it's fitting though very well. Okay, I don't know about this, guys. We'll see if this actually ends up working, because it doesn't feel like the bushings are really going in very well right now. Like it feels like I have to force it, because like since the bushing is not the right shape, but we'll see. Okay, so we're gonna tighten these things back on now, and I wonder, since these aren't the same bushing shape, I really wonder if that's gonna make a difference too. Like I'm sure it will in some way, shape, or form. So I'm just gonna literally have it like flush right now. We're gonna start there. We're gonna see what this is like. All right, I'm gonna switch out the other side and then we'll go roll around. I'm not gonna lie though, I definitely like the white bushing. It looks pretty good. And when I was looking up, the 100 duro bushing for Thunder is actually a black bushing. So I think the black bushing would actually look really sick. But anyways, all right, so this already kind of looks better because like I'm pushing it down and it's not getting stuck. So we like that, we like that. It's actually crazy how much more stable and different the truck feels with these bushings. Like even the turn is so much more shifty. And also like my turn went from like really turny to not very turny. Oh, that's crazy. I'm like not even getting wheel by it. You just rolled back and forth at the skate park, and I was telling Zach how since the bushings are different shapes, it definitely feels weird. And look, it's already actually coming out the side. So, you know what, we're gonna actually go put the normal Thunder bushings back in, because This did not work at all. Like, it's working, but it's like breaking my bushing. So let's not do this. All right, I didn't film this part, but I really want to talk about it really quick. Since the bushings weren't the actual same shape, it actually pushed the trucks out a little. I mean, they're already pretty vertical, the trucks, but it almost pushed them out like more in that sense. So it definitely stretched out the wheelbase. So when I was riding, that weird extra stability kind of type of feeling I was feeling was my wheelbase. I think that got pushed out a little bit because it felt oddly weird, because even I could feel like when I was like in a manual type of position or just pushing my board back, it took longer. I already know the Thunders kind of expand your wheelbase a little bit, so I really felt a difference. I'm sure in that same clip you guys heard my bushings. They were squeaking. It was pretty bad. I feel like that sound should have been like the no-no sign, because it was weird with the Thunders. They didn't really squeak that much, and I'm sure because they are that like jelly material, they don't make as much squeaky noises, I guess, if that makes sense. But it was pretty instant. It only took me literally rolling back and forth the park to notice that something was up with my trucks. And this right here is kind of why I don't like tinkering or doing like Frankenstein type of trucks, because I feel like when you buy a truck, it should come like ready. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't need to do really anything. I mean, the bushings maybe is a little different if it's like softer or harder, but it should be like the same shape for the same truck or whatever it may be. So I think that's why my slappy bushings work so well with the Indies, because they were the same shape. So literally after this video, I'm gonna order some of the Thunder hard bushings and see if that's gonna make a difference. I know I could have probably tried and skated my bushings the way they were, but as it was kind of lifting over the edge of the washer, I don't know, I felt like it was just gonna destroy my bushing and ultimately not be what I want it to be, if that makes sense. So either way, we went back to the blue bushing and we did film a trick or two, and I did actually skate the trucks on cement for the first time today, so you guys can watch. We just hit the curb for a little bit. It was crazy because I did feel with the Thunders, I felt like the metal, you can really tell, is softer when you grind cement. I felt like I was honestly gliding through the cement, you know what I mean, instead of standing on top of it. I don't know if that really makes sense, but I just feel like with the Thunders, when I was doing quick grinds today especially, like, you would just put the pressure into that and the metal would just like get shaved away pretty much as you were going. So it was almost like if my trucks were like made of wax or something, you know what I mean? It would just get that mold right away. That's kind of how it feels. All right, I just wanted to show you guys what the trucks looked like after skating the curb for a little bit today. And like I said, I didn't skate it like that long, maybe for like 20-30 minutes or something, just a few grinds. But you can kind of see what I mean. Like, this was a few fakey crooks. I tried one fakey front crook and we already got it like sliced all the way across, you know what I mean? Like, it kind of grooved already that fast. Because this is the front truck. I did a few more crookie grinds than I did fakey ones. You can kind of see already it's starting to wear down pretty quickly. And that's honestly kind of nice. For a new truck to break in and get grooves like that is kind of nice. But I can definitely tell you, I can notice the difference when I started skating that curb today. It started to eat at the metal like right away. So I feel like if I were to just skate curbs with these trucks, they would be probably destroyed within like a month or so. But ultimately, I just want to show you guys the update on the trucks right now. So they are the same still. This is the only third session that we've had on them. So make sure you guys stay tuned. I'm going to get the hard bushings hopefully sooner than later, and we will finally get something better. But I definitely need to do some more testing on like nose slide nollie flip, tail slide kick flip. I actually haven't done one with these new trucks yet, which is kind of weird. So we're going to definitely try that next time, because I feel like this is my next little experiment right here. Because it's crazy how it's still barely grinded.